the Designer Haus channel. I do have a shop on Etsy, and I've been getting a lot of questions about the Audrey Scepter. So I wanted to make a DIY tutorial for everyone who wasn't able to make a purchase and get one. I do believe they're sold out everywhere. So I wanted to make one from stuff you can get at the dollar store. So I'm going to show you right now how to make a scepter like this one. So what you will need is a broomstick. I got this at the dollar store, took off the brim part. This is a pretty good height for little ones, probably between 3 and 8. This is a really good height. The original is super tall, so for little kids it's just way too long. You're gonna need is a glue gun. So make sure mom does the gluing because you can burn yourself. Second item I got at the dollar store was these glue sticks. I got 3 packages. I also got some masking tape. And I decided to use Easter eggs as the little ball at the end of the scepter. So I went into the garage and found some Easter eggs from last year. Go for any green one. So if you still have your Easter eggs, find a green one because it's the perfect size. Let me show you the comparison. See, it's about the same size as the scepter. Especially for littles, like this is the perfect size. And then I do have an option for a light up staff. So I did get these clear Easter eggs at the dollar store last year. Not sure if you guys might still have them, but they're clear. There was a green one, yellow one, blue one, different colored ones. Really, it doesn't matter what color you put inside the scepter. If you want it green, you could always paint it green. But this one here was already green, so I decided to look for a little light, preferably one that when you move it, it'll just light up. So my son happened to have this little car in the toy box, and it has a little light in it. And all you do is you move it, and it starts to light up. So essentially, if you just place it inside of your clear Easter egg, it'll light up. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue the egg closed. And now I'm gonna take a look at the scepter. Go ahead and print out a picture of it, just so you could kind of see the squiggles and the little vines that are on there. So you want to leave 1, 2, 3, 4 random little holes. So what you're going to do is you're going to start gluing. Just keep gluing circles, and then you're going to do layers of glue. Glue melts a little bit more. You can kind of see, I will do a zoom in, but you can kind of see it's starting to take shape. It's starting to look like vines. Just let it dry. Dries fairly fast. So this shouldn't take too long. And there's like a little swirl on top where it just looks like bark or something.
I'm too sexy for the club. Don't care about your love. Boy, don't fall in love. I'm too sexy for this dance. You wish you had a chance.
similar in size to the staff. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start using the masking tape, kind of show you what you would do from this point on. We'll let this dry a little bit more and we'll add a little bit more height and texture. So what you're gonna do is kind of give it a crinkled effect. You can kind of start down here. Just kind of wrinkle it with some texture. It doesn't matter if it gets all messed up because you can actually use that to your advantage. Do this little round thing here that the scepter has. It's kind of like the root starts going around the staff. So you kind of want to imitate that with the masking tape. And that's the part we're going to paint.
Too sexy for this dance. You wish you had a chance. Forget out of your trance.
Alright, so I'm going to continue this all the way down. So this is our glue. This is the layers and layers of glue that we did. And then we brought it all the way down to secure that egg onto the broomstick. And then we added the masking tape to create this swirl. And we wrinkled it to add texture. So we continued that all the way down to the very tip and bottom. Of the broomstick. Okay? So next, we're gonna go ahead and cover all of this metal part with the masking tape. That way it'll be easier to paint. So we're gonna try to go ahead and kind of mimic this, but we want this to protrude. We want this to show. So we're gonna just kind of wrinkle the masking tape and just kind of tape it to cover all of the metal. All right. So let me show you what that's gonna be like. All right, you guys, so this is what we've got so far. We've got the glue on the egg, goes all the way down, and then we've got our masking tape. See how we did that little swirl there? All right, you guys, so this is what your staff should look like now. We do have that little vine that goes around with a little bit of height here with the masking tape. And then we bring it down and it just starts to get simpler for the bottom. It's not as dramatic when you get to the bottom. So once this is covered in masking tape, you're gonna want to continue the glue down this side here, just so it has like a really seamless transition onto the masking tape, and then we'll start painting.
I'm too sexy for the club. Don't care about your love.
let this dry and then we'll start painting. This is pretty much dry. I did add a little bit more to the top to give it more volume, more drama. So you can see it's pretty similar to the one from Target. Alrighty, so now we're gonna start our painting. I did get 2 little disposable bowls, whatever you have lying at home. We're gonna do black and brown. I did have black and brown already. So you're gonna wanna do that and then lie down some paper or whatever you have handy so that you don't get paint on everything. Alright, that should be good. Alright, moment of truth, you guys. Let's start off with black. Alright, so it looks like we're all done. We have painted it all black. This is what your finished product should look like. So the next step would be to add brown accents. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna kind of brush randomly some brown strips. So you're just gonna do little brown lines throughout the stick. So maybe you want to paint the wrinkles brown, or you want to just go over it with mostly brown. That way you kind of get like a texture effect. All these lifted areas I would definitely color brown. All right, so this is the close-up. This is the glue that we did, and we went ahead and painted it black. Looks really good. And then we brought that glue back down here, right over our masking tape. You can see that some of it is flaked off. That's gonna happen, it's okay. Unless you decide to go ahead and bring the glue all the way down the whole broomstick, you might get some paint chipping off like that. That's all right. It's just for one night, right? If your kids do wanna play with this for make-believe play, I would recommend going ahead and just doing glue all the way down. That way it'll just last longer and the paint won't chip off as easily. So there you have it. Now we're gonna add brown. All right, so let's get started with the second coat. We're gonna do a brown color. I have espresso satin acrylic paint from Craftsmart. This paint, I believe I got at Michael's for like 99 cents. I'm gonna go ahead and invite my special guest to help me with this paint job. All right, come on up. There we go. So what you're gonna do is you're going to paint from here to here. And you're just gonna do little line strokes. So look at this one. You see how there's brown lines on here?
So I'm just gonna go on the bumps,
Basically, yes. Leave a little bit of black. Now I would recommend this part probably for older kids, maybe 6 and up.
Okay, from where?
Let me show you.
Just mark it with those things.
You're just gonna go like this.
Okay.
Leave some black.
Okay, so give it that.
See how I did just a little bit?
Give it the mysterious effect.
Yeah. And then leave this top part for me because that part is gonna be hard. All right, so it looks like the hardest part is the paint. It took about 25 minutes to paint the whole thing. I did a couple of coats and I did experience a little bit of peeling, I guess, from the masking tape, which is totally common. A way to fix that would be to just go over it with hot glue and let it dry and then paint over the hot glue. I'm not going to do that this time. I just want to go ahead and have the finished product for you guys. But I would definitely recommend wherever your child is going to hold it from, you can have them hold it and then kind of mark the area that they're going to put their hand on. I would definitely go ahead and put glue over that spot so that they don't feel that paper and it doesn't get damp while they're holding it.
Too sexy for this dance. You wish you had a chance. Forget out of your trance.
So yeah, you're just gonna do some strokes of brown to give it that line look. Looks really neat. It looks very similar in size. So I think this would be an awesome option. It's definitely under $10 to create. And it's a fun project for mom and son or mom and daughter. All right, and we did our final coat of the brown. So I'm going to show you what that looks like now. So here we have it, the magical Maleficent staff. And it looks very similar to the one that I bought at Target. So this is the height difference. Let me show you here. So the one I made is down here, like for littles. I would recommend ages 3 to probably 8. This one would be good for 8 to 10, actually 8 and up. This one here. It's super tall, as you can see, it's not as tall as me. And then this one is the one we made today. Here you can see the comparison in sizes. This one's our Easter egg. And then this one's the Target one that I bedazzled because I thought it would look so much cuter. You can totally do that to this one too. All you would do is add some glue here and then stick on the rhinestones. All right, they're like almost the same size, just a tiny bit smaller. And then, as you can see, it's just very similar, just with the masking tape that we used. So as you can see what the glue looks like here. I just painted it and then the rest of it. So I did want to share with you one thing. It's not easy to miss these spots. Sometimes when you paint, you'll get some paint here, which is not a big deal. You can scratch it off with your nail once it's dry. So don't worry too much about getting on the egg, because you can just go back and scratch it off later. Or you could cover it with gems like I did on the other one. It comes right off. But if you do want to add a little bit of glamour, I would say go for it. Go ahead and use some glue. Just go ahead and put glue here and then stick green gems on the inside. That'll look super cute. Right, you guys, so we've come to the end of our evil tutorial. And I'm Lola from Designer Haus Kids Shop. See you next time.
'Cause we're rotten to the core. Goodbye!